The shape of a talk. Here I am, Yulia Bemlina, on the channel English for Impact. And today we are going to talk about the shape of a talk, not the shape of your nails or the shape of a woman, but the shape of a talk. Do you know this frustration when you are trying to explain your brilliant idea? And I'm not being sarcastic. I'm sure that many of my listeners have great ideas, and you are not, oh my gosh, I saw a fly. And you are not, but it's fly, not a spider. I'm in Asia, so I need to be overprotective of the insects. And you are not getting hurt. If that's you, this talk is for you. It's definitely me. I have lots of ideas, and sometimes they hit home, and I have very successful cases of persuading people and getting my way and giving birth to beautiful products. Sometimes it just flops, and the ideas die before they get born in my imagination because I failed to explain them. To solve this frustration point, I started looking for ideas and people who are experts in getting heard and in conveying ideas and getting them across to wider audience. Of course, you already start guessing what I have in mind. Yes, I'm talking about TED Talks, Ideas Worth Spreading. I bought this Kindle book, I don't know if you can see, TED Talks, by Chris Anderson, the CEO of TED for quite a while. I don't remember since what year, but I think for more than 20 years he's been running this organization, non-profit one, with a huge success. Yeah, and I started reading his book. What I came across is this idea that successful talks, and how do we measure success? We measure them in virality, the ratio of views to shares. If people like the video, they share it with their friends because they think it's worth sharing, in virality, and also in fundraising. Even though it's a non-profit conference, still people choose to donate money to successful presenters. It is forbidden, it is not allowed to directly fundraise there, but still often when an idea lands, people get financial support as well. It's important to bear in mind. Well, sorry, I digressed. What I was getting on, yeah, successful talks, the criteria how we measure success, and this book deconstructs the shape of successful talks, what they do, how they organized to get these ideas across, to resonate. And one thing I learned is that there is a through line. A through line is the thing that unites the whole video, the whole speech cohesively and coherently. And it's not the same as a topic. For example, the topic could be biology, but the idea, the through line that can unite the whole talk is, for example, the idea is that biology doesn't determine your life, or on the contrary, you cannot escape the boundary of biology and you need to deal with it, right? There could be different through lines, different perspectives, but it's basically a perspective that unites the whole talk. And if this stem, this through line is strong, then the talk has a strong foundation. And there should be all these different bricks, the branches of the tree, that are aligned and arranged beautifully in a cohesive way on this stem. And the third thing, it's not enough just to have these elements, but you need to use the signposting language and talk through your listener and help them to navigate throughout this journey across the tree, showing them, okay, as I referred earlier on in this branch, blah, 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 blah. That is what unites all these talks. But there is not just one beautiful tree. There are different ways to organize these trees, and you can be creative with that. But still, AI, I work with Claude and DeepSeek also. I know that many people are afraid of DeepSeek for security reasons. A bit of Perplexity, ChatGPT, and Grok. Please tell me what's your favorite AI. Anyways, I haven't finished reading this book, but already I asked Claude, that's the only one where I have a paid subscription, I asked Claude to come up with the most common shapes, trees of successful, most viral TED videos. And I came up with several, and I thought, okay, I want to start experimenting with them, packaging the same idea, what I do, my product, in different ways, trying to, imagine a Christmas tree and you arrange your decorative toys in different way, and every time you come with maybe similar but sometimes strikingly different arrangement. So I want to start this set of experiments, and I want to share them with you to inspire you also to take them, and to share with me what you come up with, and if they help you as well to navigate through this complex and often frustrating task to explain your mind to other people. So have a look. Yeah, I'm going to put a slide on the screen with these trees. What I want to do next, I want to tell you about what I'm building. I have a background in education and psychology, and also I have experience working in tech. So now I am an early stage startup founder building an educational product, and I want to talk you through it. Important thing, following one of these trees, and I invite you to follow me, and then at the end tell me which tree I followed, and if it was clear or not. And that's an experiment. I put myself out there. If you can guess which tree I followed, that means it works. That means it works for me, and it can also work for you. So we are testing, we are test driving these shapes. Imagine that we are in a beautiful mall trying on different clothes and seeing which one fits the best. All right, I am quite excited, and actually I'm going to do it for the first time together with you for the purity of this experiment. Okay, cool. So now I have chosen one of the trees, and I'm going to tell you about what I'm building using one of the structures, and at the end you tell me which one. Or even if you are confident you guessed which one before the end, you can type it in comments as you're watching and tell me at which second you have already understood the tree that I'm following. I'm curious how long it takes you guys. Let's do that. Okay. Yes. Education. Can there be the third way? Ever since I graduated from the university back in 2011, it's been a long time, I hear people across different walks of life saying that they care about education, yet the educational problem hasn't been solved. And it doesn't even look like that it's getting solved effectively for the sake of the students, learners, and teachers. Is it then true that we care about education at all if we're not getting closer to the solution? If you watch the news, if you subscribe to even single blogger, you pretty much know what's on the agenda today. It's AI. And it looks like there are only two scenarios for education. It's the teacher led and the AI first. Moreover, it sounds, we are led to believe, as if the rocket has already been launched and there is no way to stop it, and it's already predetermined which of the branches is going to take over the other one. For sure, we believe that the future of human education involves AI to a great extent. But are we happy with that? And are we happy with the alternative, teacher-led education? And can there be a third way? The teacher-led education. What kind of associations pop up in your mind? Even without thinking hard for specific cases, I can share with you that when I hear teacher-led schools, I imagine overpopulated classrooms with distant and tired, exhausted, overworked teachers. I imagine learners who do not pay attention. I imagine lots of bullying, some violence every now and then, not always. Sometimes beautiful cases of friendship in the classroom, lots of socialization, and complete utter disengagement when it comes to academia, what is actually taught in the classroom. When I hear AI first, AI native education, what comes up to my mind is the screen time, tired red eyes, isolation bubble, speed, efficiency, some personalization, yes, but sometimes the kind of personalization that follows my biases and does not necessarily challenge me, but the overall feeling I get is the fatigue from the screen time and isolation, the lack of empathy, and the inability to connect with the world outside. If I fast forward and imagine the extreme case of AI-led, AI-native education, I imagine kids who are afraid to approach strangers, afraid to walk outside, who are stuck at home, and then those who apply to college degrees at home, work at home, and basically that's it, it's just home and screens, which gives me chills and not good ones. How about you? How about you? And can we for a second imagine the third way? The way that combines technology and humans in a way that deeply integrates two elements, the human and the technological one, for the good of the learners, first and foremost. Is that even possible? And how can it be achieved? What I have in mind is peer-to-peer education facilitated with AI. Yes, the educational model where students are connected with other students to support each other, to network, to challenge, to hold each other accountable in a way that you are not when it's only the machine that waits for you with notification and streaks to open the app. The learners are put together into pairs and small groups and are guided with lesson plans and feedback reports prepared by sophisticated LLMs. When I imagine this kind of future, and actually I'm not just imagining it, I have already launched a pilot scheme which is quite successful, I get a feeling of relief and happiness. I see people who meet other people, both online and even offline, when there is a suitable match in the area. The people who hold hands, literally, physically, and metaphorically, who follow the journey just the way we evolutionary are born to follow, together. And yet, I see all the best from the world of AI, with personalization, sophisticated tracking systems, giving instant feedback, and offering support and challenge when necessary. What do you think of that? Does it sound too crazy? And do you feel the same relief imagining the human side of the educational story, where students are put together? If that's possible, then why no one really talks about it? Why it's not on the agenda? Let me put forward a wild hypothesis. Could it be because the teacher-led model is powered by centuries of tradition, by people who are fighting to preserve their workplaces, who do not want to go obsolete, and at the same time those who are not ready to learn and move forward with the tides, trying to stop the unstoppable? Could it be that the AI agenda is mostly driven by the venture funds and the crazy ROIs that come with it, ignoring the physiological and psychological needs of human students? Then what does it take to put forward this third system? Does it take a person who cares about humans and has an educational background and prioritizes learning needs first before profits? And does it take the person who at the same time is not afraid to innovate and learn and embrace technology? I'm sure that I'm not the only one like that. Let's get to know each other and build this kind of future together. Now I want to show you just at the beginning the glimpse of what the third path can be if like-minded people like us get together and support each other's visions. Now, in my peer-to-peer language learning project, adult English learners, non-native English speakers, are put together every week in a meeting with another learner across the world of approximately same level for a 45-minute one-to-one meeting without a teacher. Each time they are supplied with a new speaking partner, a new meeting plan on an advanced topic with pre-selected vocabulary and curated methodology that guides them through and it helps them to incorporate new vocabulary into their speech. On top of that, they are given feedback reports, personalized feedback reports that come to their emails after the meeting. The idea is to make them instant, but that's already another story. I don't want to take time and digress from the tree that I'm following. Now, I invite you to re-examine your beliefs about the education as it is now and as it's going to be, and to see where you stand and whether you really care about it and why. For your sake, for your children's sake, or even if you don't have children, maybe just for the sake of the world that you want to live in 10 or 20 years. Alright. It was not easy, but I had fun. I definitely had fun, and I want to do more of that. And let's have a look back at the trees. Which one you think I chose for this topic? Alright, yes. I chose Nancy Duarte, or Duarte, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. I'm attaching the link to her talk on how to give presentations. It's an 18-minute talk that I think you're going to enjoy. She's revealing that both Steve Jobs' product demo, Martin Luther King's speech, I Have a Dream, follow the same structure, the same through line. And I took these three, comparing and contrasting what is and what could be. I was oscillating back and forth between these two pictures of two different worlds. Two scenarios, two regimes that are in front of your eyes, and the third way that is so much better. I led you through the status quo to the transformed vision of what life and education could be. Thank you for following this journey, and please subscribe for more. Let's bring forward our beautiful ideas to the world and for the sake of the world together. Thank you.